Hey YouTube, this is Quaker from Next Gen Windows, and today's app review is going to be for Winbeta. Winbeta is a beta-centered technology and Microsoft-focused blog or website, whatever you choose to call it. As you can see, this is the main screen of it. When you first open up the application, it has a nice grid layout that shows all the news stories that they've posted, the most recent ones that they've posted on their website. And one cool thing about the whole thing is that you don't actually have to go to their website after you click on every single article. You're reading it right on this very screen. So, for instance, if you click this one, you can read the whole article right on the screen and the image they chose to attach to the article. And if you choose to want to read it on the website, you have an option right here, and it takes you straight to the Internet Explorer or your main web browser. It takes you straight to it to view their website in this exact article. Now when we go back, as you can see, this back button is just a simple purpose, just to go back. There's nothing extra. You click on this. This is not a hot logo where you can click on it and go back home either. It's just the logo. But when you click the back button, you can go back. There's no right clicking or swiping up from the bottom or swiping down from the top to get extra options or menus either. It's pretty simple. It's just an easy way to read their website and read what they have to offer. Another thing I'm going to show you is actually the Snap View. When you go to Snap View, you just drag from the top and swipe it to put it to a side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the desktop here. And when you go to Snap View, a few things you'll notice right off the bat is that anything you saw on the home page, as you can see, let me show you the full main screen. Anything you saw right here becomes like, I don't know whether this is a defect or this is just my computer, but things start to become squished and they don't even look nice anymore. I don't know why it does that, but that's just how it is when you start a Snap View. Now this is the Snap View when the majority of the screen is using the app. So when we click on this first article, you see it's read that way, and then when you want to go full, you see it's oriented that way. And then when we go back to Snapped and then we bring in the desktop, it goes back this way. Another annoying thing that I noticed about this application is the fact that because this Bing advertisement is right here, you can't actually click the back button. You can see I keep trying to click the back button and I'm clicking it and nothing's happening. In fact, it made me go to Bing instead. You can't actually click the back button. It takes you to Bing instead because the Bing ad is right on top of everything. It makes it hard to read the text even though I can see it clearly, but other eyes, it's kind of hard to read the text that's underneath the Bing ad. I really wish that would be fixed. Maybe like scoot the text down maybe to like here and start the text here and have the Bing ad there, and then have this back button, which is really important, somewhere else, maybe over here, so that the Bing ad isn't covering it up. But that's some little thing I noticed. And another thing I noticed is that you can't actually scroll down or anything when you are in Snap View, and there's more to write. There's more text on the page, because if you notice, if you read the last text here, the last word on this article is the word ads. Now when you go back to Snap View, the last word on this page is quickly, which means that, and quickly, in fact, let me show you. Quickly is the second paragraph, the end of the second paragraph. So that basically tells you that half of an article is cut off from viewing when you're in Snap Views, and you can't scroll down or left or right or anything to view more of that article. And also you can't go back to view more articles while you're in Snap View because of the Bing ad in a way. So it's little quirks that I noticed that could easily be fixed. In fact, the Bing ad is covering up the words more and time. It's covering up that too. So maybe the Bing ad should be moved to the bottom. That way you scroll down in the bottom and there's the Bing ad right there. That's a little thing that I've noticed. And a little cosmetic thing that I would have also changed was maybe move this Acer or this whatever image that would be here, move it to like center align it and give some more space between the title and the image, just so that it looks clearer to the eye to view and everything. It works where it's at, but it's just if you go to YouTube and you notice that everything is in fact left aligned, a lot of people have had issues with that. People don't like it and stuff, but again, this is a personal thing. When we go back and we're in the Snatch View, but only this application is using up most of the page. Again, with the squished articles together like this, it makes things kind of difficult. In fact, this was an article. See, that was an article. This is an article that you wouldn't even tell that it's an article because it's underneath something. It's underneath these two things, these two other articles, but at the same time, I would think it's a picture. But when you click on it, it is an article. So again, you don't notice those little stuff right there. But a good thing they had for this application is that so that when they post a link to, say, the Windows 8 store, you can click on it and it'll take you to the Internet Explorer version of the Windows 8 store, and then you can view Windows 8 store right there. So that's a little good thing. I think there's a way that you can even, when you create the application, there's a way that you can even make it go straight to the Windows 8 store when you click on, say, a download link. But that's another thing that could easily be fixed, like within a couple minutes or so. And overall, this application is pretty good. It allows you to view Winbeta's website. It allows you to view their articles very easily. Everything you need if you want to just jump in, if you're like me and you just like to, when you get on your computer and you just want to check an article, what's the latest on whatever news you want, you click in this application and you can just view a grid of everything that is there. If you have a touchscreen, it'd be even better, but unfortunately I don't have a touchscreen. And it makes things it makes things a lot nicer to see. Everything is right there, similar to like a Flipboard or something. But this is a pretty good application. Only little quirks that would be there is, when you click into, say, an article and then you want to go to Snap View, it actually makes it hard to read. Also, another thing we're going to do is test out the search function. So we're going to go back and we're going to go to search. So we're going to look at this sales for Microsoft Surface. So when we hit search, we're going to type in Microsoft Surface. Fortunately, it doesn't let me search Winbeta's app. Yeah, Winbeta did not allow search for their applications, so that isn't allowed yet. Hopefully they'll add it so you can search through their articles right on your Metro style app or your modern style app. Another thing we're going to try is share. You can't share right now because I am not in an article. So when we go back in an article, we can hit share, and then you can see the various things you can share to. So if you want to share to Metro Twit, which is my Twitter client, you can share the article, and it's exactly the right amount of characters every time. There's no problem with that. So that's another good thing that I like. And then of course, when we go to settings, you can view their privacy policy. Unfortunately, again, the Bing logo is covering it up, and it takes you to bing.com because the Bing logo covers up even when you go to settings. It just, when you click privacy policy and you want to, click this back button on privacy policy, you can't do it because the Bing logo is in the way. And another thing I want to just check out, permissions. This app doesn't actually require any permissions except for obviously internet use to view the articles. And then rate and review takes you to the Windows 8 store so you can review the application. Overall, the little things that I personally would hope they would fix is the Snap View cosmetics, especially this Bing thing right here. This could be a real problem. And again, little things that happen when you click on an article and then you can't view the whole thing because everything is linked to one side and everything. But these things can be fixed. But all in all, I actually do recommend this application because if you're not the type of person to always want to go into the Snap View and you just like to view it on your full screen just like that, this application works perfectly. I use it to read some of their stuff. So this has been Quaker from Next Gen Windows, and this application was Winbeta RSS Reader. If you have any comments, leave them below. In fact, if you have any comments for their application, you should send them a Twitter message or you should tweet them. They are at Winbeta. I've followed them too. And they'll get your feedback. They will respond. They responded to me when I had a suggestion. This is Quaker from Next Gen Windows again, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.